The economic crash in 2008 and the auto bailout presents this puzzle. If you go back to 1960, this is the largest, richest industry in the richest, most powerful country in the history of the world. How did we get here? How did we go from that in half a century to completely collapsing, if not being bailed out by taxpayers? We come up with our own theory for why the US auto industry has lost so much domestic market share and declined. And it has to do really with the structure of production that the US auto companies use versus the structure of production that the foreign automakers use, and the relationship of that structure to innovation. So the foreign automakers use a structure of production that we call flexible production. An interesting thing with flexible production is, on the one hand, it facilitates innovation. So, the ways it does this are, it brings everybody together through geographic concentrations. We have designers and assemblers and rank and file workers and management and components plants designers all in the same area. So if you need to tweak a component part to fit this new innovative way of building an engine, the designers can go to the workers that build the component plant and talk to them. Now, it doesn't quite fit when they're assembling it. Well, the rank and file workers that are assembling it are right there, and they can go talk to them and say, what's the problem? And so through trial and error, they can perfect the innovation, and they can do it quickly because they're all in the same area. And all of this facilitates innovation. But it also facilitates worker power. It makes organizing much easier, right? Mobilization is much easier for workers when everyone's together, rather than having to mobilize across a nation. The US did this exact thing before World War II. And there was geographic concentration all in southern Michigan, which is why it built up Flint and Detroit, and all of those areas that we think of as kind of the Rust Belt that built cars and had industry. So the US abandoned flexible production and put in their dispersed parallel production because of the leverage that it gave workers. So there's been studies looking at innovations by era, and it's just an amazingly innovative period with just model turnovers and new ways of building engines. And then after they dismantle the system and move to what they use today, you see innovation just plummet.